tell me what we got. All right. So this is California Highway Patrol Mustang #1, right?
This is the pre-production. This is the 1982 that saved the Mustang, we believe.
Elaborate on that.
Ford was in trouble in 1981. They were going to do away with the Mustang and turn it into a Ford Maverick. They were trying to think of ways to save the Mustang name and to continue making the cars. They had to think of a way to sell more cars. So they took it upon themselves to reach out to the California Highway Patrol and see if they couldn't sell them on the idea of taking in a new car. And they were looking for something new at the time to keep up with the cars at the time were going a lot faster than the police cars they already had. So with that being said, they had took this car off the line and sent it to the California Highway Patrol to try to get them to understand how the Mustang could save this problem or help them with the problem with the cars that are going too fast on the highway. So long story short, they ordered 406 of them, took possession of 400 because of this car. They kept tinkering and trying to make it right, to try to make it where it would satisfy, I guess, the situation with the cars out there.
So they took possession of this car before they got the other 400, right?
Correct, yes. This was manufactured in late 81. They took possession of the car in early January of 82. It was a pre-production. They were just trying to get it right. The antenna, they figured out, this car is the only car that has it on the wrong side. They realized after they put them in service that the officer could not reach out the window to raise an antenna to try to get better service at the time.
So that's what this is for.
This is the only one that is on the wrong side of the car.
So it pops off that and then goes into full.
Correct. They would just reach out, lift it up like so, and
let it fly.
Let it go. Yep.
So all the other cars, it's on the other side.
Correct.
Makes
Correct.
sense.
They realized that if there's only one person in a car, that only one person can do this. So they took it off and put it on the other side.
So once this car, they got all the other ones in service, it went into just show car mode for a little while, parades.
It was actually an EVOC car, which is a emergency vehicle operation course car. It was to teach the drivers of the new Mustangs that they were getting how to maneuver the car in service. So they would have this on a track. And it's actually the first EVOC Mustang that they ever did to teach the new drivers how to operate it. They found out why the car was in service, that the transmission on a 4-speed does not oil in reverse. So with that being said, let's say they're going down the interstate and they pass an exit chasing someone, they would put the car in reverse to try to back up. You go about 40 feet and the transmission locks in gear. So that's when they went to trying to manufacture the T5, which we know today as the 5-speed. But this is where they figured out that they had a true problem with the 4-speed not oiling in reverse.
So it went into EVOC duty. That's when it got the cage and the harnesses and
yes, sir.
All that stuff. So a fresh new recruit would have learned how to drive in this on an autocross course.
Correct. And this is all original interior, door panels. There's nothing being, this is like it was when it left service. It's still got the primer paint on it, where the paint was faded and so on. They just kept touching it up and kept using it.
So it would have been black originally and they just primed it.
Black, yeah, just
primed it over time.
Going over it, yes. And it was a parade car at one time. It had a set of chrome wheels on it, and then they put the stock wheels back on it. It used to have a metal plate on the back bumper, and some of the literature I have, you can actually see the metal plate on the back of it, and where it is when they would stomp on the brakes, they would actually shoot a nail in the ground, and where the car stopped, they could pull off the nail to where the car stopped to see how far the car it took for them to stop, which is kind of crazy.
What do we know about the history of the car after it left the Highway Patrol till the time you got it, I guess you'd say?
Emil Loeffner is who was over the CHP, actually bought the car from Ford for $1. It's one of the Ford dollar cars. He took the
so Ford owned the car, California never. It was on loan to California.
Correct. So yeah, he bought it from Ford for $1 and took it and took it home, and that's where it was before it was found. And Mike Strinage is a well-known guy in the SSP world, is who found this car, matter of fact, and brought it back, and did a lot of research and documented it and all that stuff. But it is the one. It is the one that started it all. There's 15,000 cars from 1982 to 1993 because of this one car. In 1982, the CHP is the only person that got these cars. No other state had anything in 82.
How many states ended up having them over the course of the...
27 states out of the 50 got them over the course of those years.
You mentioned documentation. What comes with the car as far as... So that's the original California plate, the car?
It was the original numbers.
Numbers,
yes,
right.
Yep. It is car 85, 1963. There's actually numbers inside the door that are still in like a paint pen that the CHP did to document the car with the red stickers that they still use. That's what they're trying to do. There's the
1963.
1963. It's been in numerous magazines. A poster is actually on a poster that Ford actually messed up. It's a factory Ford poster. It says that the CHP come out in 1987 and it was supposed to be 1982. It was a misprint, but they still sent them out anyway. And there's a picture of this car on that poster. It's in the Ford police book, starting at when Ford first did the police stuff all the way to present. This car is in there. It's been in, I think, 6 magazines. I do have copies of those. I do have the original Marty report and imagery report, I guess is what it's called, that Kevin does.
The car's been here at the Mustang Museum of America for a couple of years.
It's been at the museum since they opened, actually, and I'm not real sure how long it's been. It's probably been 5 years now. It was a police demo. On the paperwork, it was a special purpose vehicle, and it does say police demo on it. But this is it.
And we're going to Mecum Kissimmee on Friday, January 5th.
Correct. So, yep. And we're thinking somewhere between 1 and 2 o'clock.
This is one of 2 SSPs you're taking?
Yes, correct.
And then you got the other California EVOC Camaro.
Right, it's a B4C.
2002, right?
2002.
Which will show on the channel if you hit the like button down there, subscribe.
It's actually the last CHP.
So both bookings.
Yeah, we've got the first and the last Camaro. Yes, correct. Nice. And you'll see a video on it shortly.